Welcome, Earthlings! From the minds of Dylan Oltoft and Rob McNair, we bring you Laughing on a Prayer!
Hello there, everybody, and welcome to, once again, another amazing episode of Laughing on a Prayer.
It's not laughing on a prayer, man. We're all in a simulation. You gotta wake up and open your eyes. We're all being controlled by the 5G towers, man. Seriously, you gotta get woke and wake up to all the stuff that's going on. This ain't real. Nothing's real. You're not even real. I'm not real.
You know too much, Rob. The lizard people have recorded your comments. Helicopters are on their way to you now.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh,
Rob,
Sorry?
stop choking on that cock. We got a podcast to do. Sorry, I had to do that. Welcome, everyone. As you can tell from that, we have a very... Oh, this theme's...
Weird one.
This theme's going to light us on fire. What are we doing this week, Rob?
We're doing conspiracies.
Yes. You picked that, I remember in an early episode once, about how that was like whenever you enter a room you want that to start playing.
I love the No, it's whenever I left the room.
How is it? Rob disappeared.
So everyone would think that I'm like mysterious.
We are doing conspiracy theories. Now, we know a lot of people take these to heart, but frankly, you're all fucking insane. So then, we may be wonderful sheeple, but bah.
Boink!
We are going to be talking about a lot of conspiracy theories, and to be honest, we will be fairly weighing them up as we discuss them. We know a lot about the points people make in their favour, and a lot of points against them. So everybody's on blast here. We're picking no particular side. We think everyone is fucking stupid.
Yeah, especially us.
Yes. Yeah, we're not scientists, doctors, or even reasonably nice people.
Yeah, exactly.
Right then, so... let's start off with our usual conspiracy. I got a few fun conspiracy questions I've been thinking
All right,
about.
okay, nice.
Okay, Rob, for our first question, this is because I want an interesting one. You are an alien, and you are...
How'd you know?
Well, the tail, man, like, come on.
What, you don't have a tail too? I thought you just tucked yours in.
No, I do have a tail, but mine's on the front.
Ah.
You are an alien, and you have landed on Earth. What I want you to do is you have to create a conspiracy theory about your landing. Like, you know, our previous conspiracies like crop circles or Roswell. Like, you are aware of humanity and their conspiracy theories, and you just want to fuck with the world. What sort of sign or communication are you going to appear to someone? Make a conspiracy theory.
Okay, well, my one is going to be that I arrived, and you know how you have like crop circles and shit, right? I would have like beach circles, right?
Are you going to make patterns on the beaches of the world?
Yeah, I make patterns on the beaches of the world.
I've got to ask quickly, what kind of patterns? Because obviously the ones like they had in signs, they were all this sort of like weird lines and circles.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. It wouldn't be like weird, like cryptic shit. It would be it would be like sort of carvings of like the leaders of the world. So like on like the beaches of like Dover, you'd have like the Queen's face. On like Miami Beach, you'd have Donald Trump. And and
in the snow in Russia, a big brand of Putin or something.
Yeah. And so like these face, circles, or these face, things would wash up, or would just, or maybe in fields. I do fields too, but no, or maybe, but like faces of leaders would just like.
I don't know. I have Boris Johnson appear in Yorkshire somewhere.
Yeah, I'd have Boris Johnson in Yorkshire.
That's gonna date the video.
Oh god. Well, I have the Queen, because the Queen can't die, right?
I hope not. She's kind of awesome. But okay, fair enough.
Right, I do that, and then my other thing would be that. Oh no! Do you know what the aliens' only weakness is? It's whiskey and weed.
So humans are going to launch that at you.
Yeah, exactly. It's
not like they're going to throw bottles at you.
Yeah.
You're just going to get covered in whiskey. The weed might work, but...
Yeah, exactly. So they're like, oh no! Oh,
Isn't that a bad thing to mix though? Apparently,
Whiskey
like,
and weed.
Yeah, like spirits and weed. Like if you drink, like I think it's like you do one before the other, and it's really and
I
it
don't
fucks
think
you
it
up.
matters. I think like you take it into your body. I don't think it really matters.
I think you got to get high then drink because if you drink and then get high, you throw up or something.
I mean, I think you probably do both.
We're not making this a weed episode.
No, this is not a weed.
Maybe later because there's some interesting banter there.
Yeah, no, but
okay, so
but either yeah, I do it and then I
faces. Then what?
I do the faces and make the conspiracy that my weakness is drugs and alcohol, which in a way kind of is.
And so, are you going to stay on Earth and let people try and hunt you, or are you going to leave like little signs around, or are you just going to fuck off?
How well, I think I'm gonna do. I might like come back for a bit, and then I'll leave for a little bit, and then I'll come back. Because
the way you've presented this, and like you haven't just stuck to one country, so you've gone all around the world, so everyone's going to immediately think.
But I got a spaceship.
That's the thing, but that's the thing.
Wait, do I have a spaceship?
Like most people think Roswell, that's conspiracy, but American government. Because you've gone all around the world, that's like Illuminati. Like the idea of this is a world conspiracy.
Yeah, therefore I will throw them off the scent because they think it's people that's doing it. And I'll be safe.
So you're going to give like anything like concrete that the world governments will have to cover up?
Oh yeah, I'm going to leave like alien sex shit around that they're going to pick
alien
up.
Porn.
Yeah, alien porn and maybe like an alien dildo, right? And that,
I'm worried to ask what that'll look like.
Well, I don't really know, but the point is humans are going to pick it up. And I'm going to be like, oh, look at that, he's touching an alien dildo.
Was it freshly used?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, Christ.
Definitely, mate.
Put in a museum and everyone's like, scientists are, ooh, and and it was just like an alien 80s asshole.
Yeah, it'd be like that, the first the Christopher Eccleston episode of the Dalek with the Van Stan, who has the big alien museum. So he's just going to have a big alien dildo.
Oh, the guy that owned the internet and all that.
Yeah, he's going to have a big alien dildo.
That was a good episode.
That was a quality. But we are going to do Doctor Who another time. But that is my answer for...
God, way to blue ball the Whovians. Fair enough. What's your question?
No, it's not blue balling. It's teasing. And there is a tremendous difference.
That's right. We're tickling the Whovians' balls.
Yeah,
tickle, tickle.
Exactly.
Right. You may not believe it, we did the hand gesture. Rob, what's your question to me?
My question is... If you were going to design some sort of techno... This is sort of similar to mine, but I did think of this before.
Okay.
But if you were going to design some sort of technology that you were going to try and pass off as alien technology, what would it be and what would it do?
So I'm a human trying to make something that looks like alien technology.
Yeah, and you're trying to like convince all the nut jobs that it's,
Okay, firstly, I'd make a metallic bagpipe. Okay, so it looks like a bagpipe, but instead of like a tartan, like a fabric scrotum, it would be like chrome tin foil, but it's a lot sturdier. It's sort of like a water balloon, but it's full of cement. So it'd be like...
So it's really heavy.
Yeah, it's really sturdy as well, sort of thing.
So it's like aluminium ball bag.
Sort of like that,
full of cement.
And the little bits that stick out of it, instead of being made of wood and all that sort of thing, pipes. I'm a twat.
Get it right, man.
The things that stick out of them are not going to look like that at all. They're instead going to look twisted, like a sort of...
corkscrew?
Not a corkscrew sort of thing. Like imagine iron that's just been twisted sort of thing. They're going to stick out of that, but they're going to be electric. So electric currents are going to pass between them. Like you'll turn it on and like, and you'll see lines go across it and all that.
That's cool.
And so that's what it... And instead of the mouthpiece, it's going to have a sequence of little buttons, but it's going to be all the buttons on a Guitar Hero controller.
So 4.
Yes. Obviously it's going to be...
Is it going to have the little flappy paddle as well?
No, of course not, Rob. Don't be silly.
Oh, sorry.
It's going to have all those...
I'll pull back.
And pressing those buttons is what controls the current. And what this device does is it gives you a haircut.
With the lightning?
Yes.
That sounds like you could scalp yourself quite easily.
No. If you manipulate the electric beams enough, you stand on the other side of it as you're doing it, and the electric beams just fly across your hair.
Oh, I thought you like put your hair like between
What, through it?
I thought, you know,
No.
like a shaver.
That's how you're going to decapitate yourself.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's why I was like, why?
No, that's what this device does, but it's so fucking stupid, I'm going to be like, haha,
So-
and no one will ever figure out that's what it's
Yeah,
for.
they'll be like, no fucking idiot was saying
No one's going to make this for hair.
But also, don't you think that you're going to, like, start the rumor that aliens might have hair?
Why can't aliens... Actually, yeah, a lot of popular media, aliens don't have hair.
Spock has hair.
Oh, he's just got pointy ears. Fuck off. Spock's
He
an
also
elf.
has hair.
Spock's an elf.
Yeah, but he has hair.
I don't think him as an alien, though.
He's literally an alien.
I know, but that's the thing. He just has pointy ears. Everything else about him is humanoid.
Yeah.
He's just an elf.
All right.
I've pissed off so many people there. But that's
What,
my device.
Trekkers?
A metallic electronics twisted
Bagpipe.
spiral Guitar Hero bagpipe
That cuts hair.
that cuts hair.
Okay.
That's my device.
Yeah, fair. I'm not going to argue with that. That's a good one.
Okay. You have the power to prove, I don't know how, you choose one and
I'll
you
find a
instantly
way.
get... No, you choose it and you instantly have all of the evidence.
Okay.
You can prove one conspiracy theory. Which one do you want to prove? Like, you pick...
Prove
Okay.
that it's real or prove that
Yeah,
it's
prove
fake?
it's real.
Oh, prove it's real.
Like, you can confirm any one conspiracy theory. Which one do you want to bring to the world? The Illuminati lizard people? 9/11? What do you want to make reality in today's world?
Well,
What's going to benefit 2020?
well, I feel like, even though... I feel like if I was going to be a responsible person, I would bring to light all the evidence that Epstein did, in fact, kill himself.
Is that... Oh, yeah, I guess that is a conspiracy.
I mean, didn't kill himself. Shit. Didn't kill himself. I'd bring forward all the evidence that Epstein did not kill himself.
But what's that really going to change?
Well, it's going to change a load of shit, the fact that it's like he didn't kill himself, which is like a whole big thing that
Well,
a lot of
then
people are trying to kill him.
the higher-ups will just have the guard that did it just take the fall and they'll still stay safe.
Maybe. But then I have all the evidence, though, that it wasn't him.
So you...
Or it might have been him, I don't know.
Well, all you have to do is, like, for example, the evidence for that would be you just get the footage that was supposedly deleted of a guard murdering him. Because that would prove it. You wouldn't get, like, a list of all the people involved.
But that's all the evidence, though, isn't it, surely?
No, the evidence, like you said, you want to prove Epstein didn't kill himself.
But you said I have all the evidence, so all the evidence would include the people that ordered it.
But only
Surely.
the evidence to prove it.
Well, yeah.
That's the stipulation. You can prove it to the world, but only the proof.
Yeah, I know, but the proof that people ordered it, though.
Okay.
I'd have to have that, though, wouldn't I, surely?
Alright, then fair enough. But how is that going to change the world?
Well, the fact that people are ordering the killing of, like, a paedophile that...
Good.
Yeah, exactly, it's pretty good. You know, so I'd do good for the world. But I'd also, you know, the fact that, you know, there are people in power that are fucking doing shit like that. But that's if I'm a responsible
I think
person.
that's kind of socially accepted, though. Like, no one really believes that's a conspiracy. Everyone's sort
Yeah.
of agreed that, yeah, that was bullshit.
Well, no, Epstein did not kill himself, just a reminder for you people.
I genuinely have never met anyone thinking he did.
But that's if I was a responsible person.
Oh, what's irresponsible Rob gonna do?
I fucking want to find out what's in Area 51, mate. I want to
It's
find...
an airbase!
Yeah, I know, but I want
Everyone
to
was gonna raid it, and then they were like, don't.
Yeah, but I want to...
We got planes and drones here that will just bomb you if you raid
Yeah,
us.
exactly. Have you not heard of what a fucking A-10 warthog does to a human body?
Oh, they can't stop all of us.
What? Sorry, what was that? 3,000 rounds a minute? Aww. No, but I want to find out...
I mean, that's what the samurai thought. Those machine guns can't stop all of us. Dagga, 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 dagga.
Sorry, I can't hear you over the sound of my machine gun.
Like, come on.
Anyway, no, but... Like,
So what are you
even
going to prove? What do you think's in there?
Well, no, I don't think there's shit in there, but I want to find out what's in there, because I reckon they got some pretty cool shit in there.
You don't think, like, anything really secret they'd have below ground and never above ground?
Oh, yeah, they do, because, like, you know when they killed Bin Laden, and they had those helicopters that were, like, radar...
They found him in a palace or something, didn't they?
Yeah, no, it was in a big house in Pakistan. And, but the
On
helicopters...
Pakistan benefits.
in that raid, they used these special helicopters that were undetectable by radar, and that's what they were testing.
Stealth bombers.
No, it was helicopters.
Oh.
It was helicopters that were undetectable.
Oh, like Black Hawks?
Yeah, but they were specially outfitted to be undetectable to radar.
Interesting.
And that's where they tested them in Area 51. They tested the stealth bomber there. They tested the U-2 there. So it's like I don't think there's
spy plane.
that got shot down somehow.
Well, it still has a physical presence.
Yeah,
Radar can't see it, but eyes can.
Yeah. I mean, that was the thing, is that they thought that Gary Powers, who was flying, who got shot down. They didn't believe that it was. They believed that it flew so high that it would never be able to be shot down, but it was. Anyway, the point is, I want to see. I reckon they've got some cool shit there. I want to see what they're trying out.
Thing is, I have a problem. No matter what you confirm, the world won't believe it. Yeah. I'm like, nah, man. They're just showing you all the, E.T. having a wank. All the real shit is at the back. You just got duped. Like, Area 51 is almost like God. No matter, even if you show it, there's always more people won't believe you're being shown. Yeah,
that's the thing. Like the more incredible it is, the less believable sort of thing.
Exactly. I don't think anything could meet the expectations at this point.
And that's the other thing. It's like, you can have as much evidence as you want, but there are still going to be people that don't believe it. There are two things that are infinite in the world: the universe and human stupidity. But I'm not too sure about the universe.
People that underestimate...
I can't remember who said that, but it's funny as fuck.
I believe there was someone, I can't remember who it was, maybe it was George Carlin, who said, never underestimate the power of stupid people in large numbers.
Yeah, exactly. That's very true.
Alright, what's your question for me?
My question for you is that... so UFOs, right? Well, am
I the only one that instantly thinks of the Simpsons ship with Kang and Kodos?
I don't think you are, no. I think of the Mr. Burns episode. You know, the one where Homer thinks he sees the alien.
Oh, I bring you love. He brings us love. Get him.
Break his legs. Yeah.
Oh, it's Mr. Burns. Kill him.
Kill him. Yeah. But that leads on to my question. If you were to meet an alien, what would you say to it?
I'd probably freak out and might kill it.
Okay, so you wouldn't say anything.
If I'm being really obvious,
attack first,
and I've come across fight or flight. If I'm being honest here, and I'm coming across this grotesque, abnormal.
Well, it might not be grotesque.
Okay, hang on. Let's add some context. Is it speaking English to me? I might not kill something intelligent.
Yeah.
If it's a snarling, dripping dick monster.
It's like Paul. You seen Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good film. It's like Paul.
It is.
And it's got like, it speaks English, right? And it says, and you sort of see it. What's the first thing you're gonna say?
I don't think I'd be able to stop swearing. I'd be like, holy fucking shit!
Fuck.
Shitting fucking death, cunt, motherfucking, what the fuck? Fuck, what the fuck? I just do that for like 5 minutes straight. Again, if I'm being honest,
it won't understand that what you're saying is like cursing though.
Wait, it speaks English, but it doesn't understand like slurs.
Maybe not. Oh yeah, I suppose it would have to understand.
I guess after 10 minutes, when
of solid swearing,
after I've calmed down and I've been gripped from reality because my entire concept of real has been shattered, I'm gonna ask it if it's hungry or something like.
So that's the first thing. Your first point of alien contact is swearing, and then like, "You hungry, mate?"
Well, I want to make this encounter last as long as I can. And the first thing that makes people go away from me, I've noticed in my life, is when they're hungry. I know this has been great, Dylan, but I'm really hungry. Bye. So,
I got food.
For some reason in my life, people never assume I'll feed them, so they just leave me.
Okay.
I've made myself sad now. So,
so you're gonna swear a lot and then offer food.
Yes. Hopefully I've got.
Not gonna introduce yourself. You're just gonna do that.
Why would it give a fuck who I am?
Because you're the only person it's met. So you're the first.
Am I?
You're the first human contact it's had.
You didn't say that. I just ran into one.
I'm saying it now. You're the first human contact.
Wait, who taught it English?
I don't know. It's got essential human language router.
Fuck you. Okay. Alright then I guess Doesn't it say something to me? I imagine after 5 minutes
Well, it
of
says
me...
I bring you peace and all that shit.
Oh, fucking hippie aliens.
And you bring it swearing and food. I mean, that's not a bad answer. I mean, I'm not saying that I'd do anything better, but...
I want to be a lunatic here, but I will probably just go through the standard shit. Why are you here? What do you want? How can you get back home?
Can I get you a sandwich?
I stand by that. I would defend that. Offering of food will endear it to me.
Yeah. I mean, that's like basic social human interaction, isn't it? Offering food.
Well, yeah. What do you do when you have guests around? You offer them something to eat.
Yeah.
Have one a biscuit.
It's a solid effort. I
mean, Rob doesn't do that when I come around for the podcast. Not a biscuit in sight, but still.
What would you offer it to eat?
Cake?
Cake?
I think that's universal.
Yeah, cake's universal.
If it turns out to be fucking allergic, I'm
I was gonna say what would you find if it sort of ate some human food and then just died?
I'd be like, we know what to use during the invasion then. Fuck you and Shyamalan with your water bollocks. Let's use cake to fight.
Fuck you, Rob, and your booze and weed.
Aliens, throw the cheese.
Oh yeah.
I had to quote that.
Oh yeah. What if it was lactose intolerant?
I don't give a... How could I know that? I guess it'll just shit everywhere then, won't it? Is it wearing clothes?
I don't know. Maybe it's wearing a spacesuit. I suppose it would have to, because it's in space.
Is our atmosphere breathable to it?
I assume so, because it spoke to you.
so why does it need a spacesuit?
No, but to go through space, it needs a spacesuit.
Does it?
Yeah, because space is a vacuum.
I don't fucking know. I just go for the usual bollocks, but that would be my initial reaction: swearing and food.
To be fair, food is actually a solid effort, because assuming the alien needs to eat, that's quite usually a universal thing. People and animals need to eat. Right?
Yeah, you come across an uncertain animal or something. Maybe it's scared, maybe it's hurt, maybe it's a bit hostile, and if you can offer it food, here, have some of this, it will then be calming, because food is okay, food keeps me alive. This person wants me alive. They're not a threat.
Yeah. Although to be fair, I think it's the thing that in Canada you're not supposed to feed moose, because if you feed a moose, and another human comes along and doesn't feed the moose gets really aggressive and attacks the human. And moose are fucking huge.
I do love that the most violent part of Canada is their fucking moose.
They have loads of serial killers though there as well.
Oh yeah, they do well for that, but that's what you get from the quietest people. There's going to be 1 in 6.
That's true.
Fun fact, people listening to this, in your life, you've apparently, on average, you've walked past over 5 serial killers.
Yeah, and you're listening to not 2 of them.
No. I would love it if serial killers had a podcast.
Just to qualify, I'm not a serial killer.
You see videos of that, ex diamond thieves and ex people like that and all that. I want to see ex serial killers do a podcast.
Yeah. Although
let's not encourage people to go to other podcasts. Keep listening to us.
No, keep listening. We'll get a serial killer on here like next time. Dylan, you free next time to do a serial killer podcast?
No, I'm eating food.
Oh. What was his name?
Bill.
Oh. Yeah,
right then, so that's my fucking thing then. Right then.
Okay, fair enough.
I didn't want to know where that was going.
That's good though. I think that's good. Food is solid effort.
Right then, so okay, here we go. Rob.
Yeah.
Let's say you have got the highest seat of government in our country. You're not the Prime Minister, but you're maybe head of internal affairs at MI5 or 6, whatever. And you're being questioned about conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
What do you say to news reporters to make them, say no, there's no conspiracies here, everything's fine?
Well, first of all, what I do...
What's your cover-up story?
I have to have a cover-up story.
Maybe. You're being asked questions, why did this happen there and this and that sort of thing.
What was the thing that happened?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know. Okay. Well, first of all, I feel like I should do this in a Boris Johnson voice.
Mr. McNabb, why are you hesitating?
Wait, you see, the thing is about aliens is that there are no aliens. Although the aliens are somewhere, there are no aliens. And I've created a tier list of not alien related threats, and the not alien related threats, we will go up in certain severity of the not alien related threats. There are no aliens, but the truth is out there.
But will you feed the alien children, Mr. Prime Minister?
No, I will not. My deputy, Dylan Altoft, as he has said, will feed the aliens and also swear at them quite profusely.
Yes, our new scheme, starve a kid to save a quid.
Yes, starve a kid to save a quid and save an alien squid. That is the plan, and that is what we are definitely not going to not stick to.
And you think that's going to work?
No. That's what I'm going to do.
Jesus Christ. Thank God you're not head of MI6 or what.
Or MI Alien, I don't know.
I hope our country doesn't have an extraterrestrial department, Ministry of Extraterrestrialism or something.
I hope it does, because I'm not saying the aliens are coming, but when they do, I want to be prepared.
I don't mind if they do, but it better just be one fucking person given their own little radio station on a hill somewhere, and his only job in the world is just to listen out for alien communication, like the easiest paycheck in the world. He just listens out for alien communication, like one ear in the fucking headphones, and he's just watching Netflix series like 1 p.m. Still no contact. Once every hour he writes that down. That's our terrestrial department.
To be fair, if we go by any sort of thing about like signs, we're fucking safe. It rains here all the fucking time. Like, aliens are fucked, mate. Like, if they land in the UK, they're done. They're done. The rain is just going to kill them off. That is how hostile the UK is, alright? Like, the weather wants to kill you, and so will the people. The people are the least of your worries.
It always bother me in alien movies. They always land in rural America with a bunch of hillbillies and all that.
Yeah, exactly. Can you imagine if they landed, like, in, Texas, and then the fucking, Texas Chainsaw Family just came out?
Oh, genuinely, there were times when there were supposedly UFO sightings, and then Americans would turn up there with actual guns, and people were like, well, they were like, why do you have guns and all that? We don't want to be abducted. And you just think like, yeah, leave all this behind.
Also, the irony is that they were walking around with those guns anyway. It wasn't a plan. They just happened to be there.
Imagine we meet extra life and like maybe put down the guns, like we're being aliens go to rural America. Yeah, we've been going through the cosmos. We just want to kick back and whittle some.
Although it depends it depends though. It's like, will the aliens be like destroying shit like they are in most of the alien films?
Also, who's to say we're going to be met with smart aliens? We might be contacted by hillbilly aliens. We're going to enter our saucer in the tractor pull.
What would they be, like moonbillies? Crater billies? I don't know.
Fucks.
But the thing, like, that's the thought actually. So like, obviously the universe and like galaxies and shit is fucking massive, right? Who's to say that we're not like the advanced species and they're the ones that are like, the less advanced species? Because in all the films, it's like they've all got laser guns and stuff, and we're the ones that are on the back foot. Imagine if they're the ones that are like just now like discovering like the wheel and shit, but we're the ones that have got the spooky, cool shit.
Isn't it almost more depressing to think we're the most advanced thing in the universe?
Yeah, that's what will make us so terrifying to them. They'll take one look at Twitter and be like, nah, mate. Oh, no. No. Stay home.
I think that's almost worse than there being no other life in the universe, that we're the best the universe has made.
Yeah, also I think it's for once it's quite modest of the human race to think that actually we might not be the smartest people out there.
Well, humans always are in fear of a bigger predator.
Yeah.
A larger evil they cannot fight against. Hence why conspiracy theories are so popular. There's an amazing phrase, I believe it was made, conspiracy theories are made to make stupid people feel smart.
I think that is potentially true. But Epstein did not kill himself.
Right, do you have a final question for me?
Yeah, I do.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. So there's this whole like Illuminati New World Order sort of thing, that like there's a group of like secret societies that are secretly controlling
people with the triangle hard-ons.
The world. Yeah. Like there's there's
I know the Illuminati.
secret group of people that are like controlling the world and stuff, right?
I think if there was, they would never allow us to upload this video.
Well, we don't know yet. We'll have to see if we go disappearing in the middle of the night.
I'd say warning if we do, but no one's going to hear this.
No.
Right, Illuminati, right?
Yeah. So like say that stuff exists, right?
Right.
Okay. If you were going to create your own secret society that control the world, how would you do it? And what would you do?
I guess I'd have to.
And what would you call it as well?
Okay.
Yeah, I know I'm putting you on the spot, but
I'll start with the how. I guess I'll have to somehow acquire enough wealth to buy up every major finance proprietor in every developed country in the world.
yeah.
So then I'm holding the strings of near enough every economy in every economy that matters in the world, sort of thing. I decide what goes up and down. Then I take advantage of the stock market. So basically, I then control all the world's finance.
Mm-hmm.
At which point, I will then start releasing adjudicators to go out and decide and control elections. So I then can puppeteer all the world leaders.
Mm-hmm.
And we are called the Fluffy Bunny Conglomerate.
That's a smart answer.
You know why?
Because no one's going to take seriously that you're called the Fluffy Bunny.
And no one will ever
Conglomerate.
believe that the rulers of the world are called that.
Yeah. And even if they're right, they're going to sound like idiots saying like, you haven't heard of the Fluffy Bunny thing?
Yep, that's
that's
exactly what I was going for.
That's good.
I'll give them the most evil, the most manipulative country in the world, the most idiotic name possible, so that no one could ever believe it's possible.
Yeah.
Illuminati, that sounds maverick. That sounds like Da Vinci Code shit.
Yeah, because it's like Illuminati, like the illuminated ones.
But the Fluffy Bunny Dildo Clan, everyone's going to be like...
you're changing it to the Fluffy Bunny Dildo Clan.
Well, we're branching out, and you know how it is when you have a merger with other organisations.
The old FBDC, like that's...
And we're going to write our own symbol with some bunny ears and a dildo coming through it.
Yeah, can you imagine like the conspiracy? It's like, why do you think that they're stationed in Washington, D.C., Dildo Clan, man. That's what it means.
And that's the thing. We will then set up conspiracy groups talking about us so people will think it's absolute bullshit.
When really it's your advertising.
Yep. We're advertising against ourselves and it's working.
That's good.
The world
That's
is
good.
mine.
And that's going to lead us on, I think. Because I was talking to my brother about like conspiracy theories. And why sort of people go in for them. And apparently one of the reasons is because like obviously most of them like they're all stationed on the internet and stuff, right? So a lot of it, so like for instance the whole kind of anti-vax thing, let's go into not necessarily into that, but it's like but as an example how stuff can lead you down a rabbit hole, right?
Right.
So for instance like mothers and stuff and parents, they want to feed their kids organic food, right? Organic food.
New age parents.
Yeah, stuff that's like good for them, right?
Right.
And organic and how chemicals are bad and things like that.
Everything's chemicals.
Well, but like sort of artificial chemicals, like organic food is like free range stuff and whatever. All right, but then eventually, like if you look long enough, you'll go into about
the
stuff.
chicken you ate had a primary school education. Feel better.
Yeah, and then it will go into stuff like so it's like processed food is like obviously not as good as organic food, right?
Right.
But then it'll go into stuff about how like okay, so you're looking at stuff that's more organic, and they'll say, well, maybe. Injecting people in stuff is not so good for you. And then if you look long enough on that, eventually it'll lead you down the rabbit hole of, vaccinations are bad. And then it'll lead you down a further rabbit hole and go further and further and further.
That just sounds a lot like people that don't understand science.
Yeah.
Who have no understanding fundamentally of chemical composition.
Yeah, but it's easy to start off with something that's normal and logical, like organic food, and then be led down a rabbit hole. Because people want to keep you using data.
Like a butterfly effect of fuckery.
Yeah.
I can't even... You're always going to be able to convince me of someone believing the worst.
I think humans have proved that time and time again, to be honest.
Obviously, no, I'd agree that is absolute wank.
Yeah.
Right then. So this will be the last question now. Rob. I'm looking forward to this one. a fly... Okay, I'm going to... Full reference here. The Doctor Who episode...
Yeah.
When the aliens, like, crashed through Big Ben and landed and all that sort of thing.
Oh, the Doctor Who episode with the aliens? Yeah, I know what it means. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
There... I can't remember the species, so I had to go through that.
The Slovene.
God, it's a lazy name. Alright, so that has just happened, and for some fucking reason... Your Prime Minister. Cover up.
Well, I'm going to stop. No,
no,
don't worry. I'm not going to do that.
No, but this is not something you're being questioned about. This has fucking happened.
Yeah. Don't
Fix
worry.
this.
Don't worry. I wasn't going to do that. And obviously, I guess I'm not going to do the thing that they did, which was.
I can't remember the hoax. You were just saw a newspaper saying hoax.
Yeah, it's not a hoax. Obviously, what you got to do is
the government could ever pay off newspapers to support their agenda.
You've got to wrap up the lie with the truth. You got to wrap up a lie with the truth, right? That's how you get people to believe stuff.
So what? Right? Mexicans miss the American border by a long shot.
No, because that will make me look really bad.
Oh no, you'll be elected president
or prime minister or whatever. I will say that it was. I'll say it was my opposing party that were doing a really irresponsible test and they crashed. No, I wouldn't do that. No, what I would say is it
could work.
It could probably work. What I would say is that it was. Well, first of all, assuming it looks like that alien ship, right? So I'd probably say that it's a satellite from space, that something severely malfunctioned and crashed into...
Yeah, NASA's just called up saying we had no satellites like that, dipshit.
Yeah, and I'd be like, yeah, shitbag, of course you didn't, because it's Russian. That's right. Lick on Her Majesty's balls, you Yankee prick.
And then there's a small light flashing and Putin's on the other line.
Yeah, he'd be like, no, it's not Russian. Oh, yeah? Well, too bad. That's what I'm telling everyone it is, and these people are fucking idiots.
And you just started World War III.
So between... Yeah, but... Who has alien tech and who doesn't? C'est moi!
Very sir, that ship had fuck all on it.
Oh, it must have had guns on it.
I don't know. Why did it crash then? Oh, wait, no, it wasn't crashed, just parked. I just remember that shit.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway. So your cover-up is to start a war as a scapegoat.
No, just blame the Russians.
Yeah, which will start a war as a scapegoat.
Well, you don't know that.
You're scapegoating the Russians.
Fine, I'll scapegoat a shit country like the Swiss.
Oh, there goes our Swiss audience.
Oh, no.
I was getting cheese sent through the mail.
Why?
I don't know.
Just get regular cheese and stab holes in it.
Don't be stereotypical. Cheese can be anything.
Yeah. Yes, it can.
You hear that, young viewers? Cheese can be anything.
Cheese can be anything if you're brave enough. But yeah, so what I would do is I would say, yeah, no, it's a satellite, and then I would blame it on a country that can't do anything about it.
Belarus. Belarus satellites crashed into Big Ben. We would demand reparations.
Yeah, and then I pay.
We want all your beats.
It's like oh yeah, fine. But although I might use it to, well, yeah, definitely got to. You can't. Thing is, here's the thing about being a politician. You cannot let a tragedy or controversy go to waste. So I'm going to take advantage of it to shit.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So if there's something politically going wrong, I'm going to try and spin it in a way that makes it look like I'm great. And then everyone's going to vote for me again.
All right, then. Let's go on to some favourite... We're going to start off with some classic conspiracy theories, and then we're going to teeter off on the more fun ones. So obviously, Rob, what's the most... I'd say within our lifespan, there's been one prevalent conspiracy theory that's gone through the fucking world.
Yeah,
we all know what that is.
Yes, we do. And this is controversial.
Who is this flying spaghetti monster?
Well, it certainly was.
Adam Sandler, I'm looking at you.
I mean, there was flying involved, and obviously it was a tragedy. But we are talking about these idiots that talk about, obviously, the World Trade Center, about how it was an inside
And there'll be
job.
no... Hang on, there'll be no 9/11 jokes here. Those are just plain wrong.
I think what makes that worse is that joke was bad.
It really is shit, isn't it?
It is bad. But we're talking about the people that say it was an inside job, and that was it jet fuels can't melt steel beams and stuff.
I was just about to name off the reasons they think it's a conspiracy. One, they say jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams, whereas you have shown me a video on YouTube of a blacksmith showing that it's absolutely possible.
And obviously, because it's on YouTube, means it's real.
Yeah, but he shows it us live.
Yeah.
Like, this is a guy who has a proper setup of forging, and he shows us it absolutely does. Second, this is my favourite, the little devil face they see in a cloud of smoke.
Oh, yeah.
That's adorable.
I don't know why that means that it was an inside job, but there's...
That was one of the most prevalent things they captured from it, like a devil outline in the smoke.
I mean, that's the thing. That's an interesting thing about humans, is the fact that humans, we're, genetically programmed to recognise faces.
True.
That's why people, see faces in, like, toast and stuff.
And cars, why we see the headlights as eyes and shit.
Yeah, exactly, because we're genetically...
That's how we recognise.
Yeah, we're wired that way.
I believe, thirdly, there was the idea of the Pentagon, how apparently in the wreckage there was no debris from a plane, so how did a plane crash into it? Most people believe it was a missile or something like that.
Yeah, because, God forbid that the Americans don't allow public access to the Pentagon. They're sort of big intelligence, agents.
And the biggest favourite, how apparently it was a controlled demolition because the building fell in on itself, but from explosives that were detonated at the base of the tower.
Which apparently technically is an implosion.
Yes.
But then again...
they refer to it as a controlled demolition.
Yeah. But then again, last time I checked, now I could be wrong, I don't think the World Trade Center was built with the idea that someone would crash, a fucking airliner into it.
Yeah, I would imagine a lot of New York skyscrapers would not be able to withstand that kind of...
Yeah. Or just any building, really, to be able to withstand being hit by a plane.
We're just going to say, we are not about to go into a lot of math and science here. We are somewhat familiar on working terms of them, but we cannot be exact. So
we also did performing arts.
Please understand a more fundamental overview of the inaccuracy of this being a possibility. For example, if explosion was seen at the base of the tower, I'd imagine there would be a lot more repercussions than people would have... Oh yeah, people claim they saw that. No, they fucking didn't.
Yeah. Do you remember where you were on 9/11?
I was in primary school.
Yeah, so I was in...
They put it on the telly.
Oh yeah, because you're a year older than me. I was in nursery school for sure.
I was in a little kids' school and they put it on the TV, and obviously being 6, I was just like,
Yeah.
I had no fundamental ability to comprehend the magnitude, did I?
Yeah, and do you know what's funny? I got not funny, but strange bit of story. Is that my mum deliberately didn't put on any television because obviously it was all over the place, right? This thing,
T-shirts and everything.
yeah.
I survived.
But she didn't put on the television whatsoever. But somehow I must have seen it somewhere because she keeps telling me that I drew a picture of 2 planes crashing into 2 towers when I was a kid. So I must have seen it, and
Rob was there. He masterminded it. Confirmed.
I mean, I like to think I was an all right pilot, but sorry,
you certainly could believe you could fly.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but yeah, I do remember because everyone was talking about it, and it's like when you're a kid, you don't. Like when you're that age, you just don't understand the concept of terrorism, do you? You don't understand that people would actually do something like that.
Well, no, you
really
barely understand why Wendy is pulling on your hair and it means she likes you.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. But it was that sort of thing. It's everyone was talking about it, but I just could not understand what the actual gravity of it was.
I think it's not, my problem is not so much how people argue how it mechanically happened, but their reasoning behind why the American government supposedly did it. As I believe the working theory is that they did it to gain support for the continuation of the Iraq War. Even though those that committed Iraq and Iran...
Well, which one? Because the Iraq War was... Which one, though?
Well, it was the idea that...
There's 2, because the Iraq... Because they invaded Afghanistan in 2001 because of it, and then Iraq happened in 2003.
Well, that's a big thing with that. You can make fun of these people. Like, the people saying, oh, terrorists hit the trade center. We gotta keep fighting in Iraq. Even though a lot of Saudi Arabia and all that sort of thing, like multiple power sources instigated 9/11.
Well, it was the Iran-Iraq War, wasn't it? Desert Storm in the 90s.
Exactly. That's exactly what he's saying. There were multiple this and that, but obviously conspiracy theorists just go with the idea like, terrorist, Iraq. That's as far as it goes.
Yeah.
So that's the idea that America, for some reason, conscripted that whole thing, a false flag, they call it, in order to instigate continuation support, war support. Imagine if, like, during Vietnam, they made it like the Tet Offensive when the Viet Cong attacked an actual I believe it was a North Vietnamese city.
No, the Viet Cong were the North Vietnamese.
No,
it was
the
the
South...
NVA. It was the NVA, the North Vietnamese Army.
Either way,
the Viet Cong were the guerrillas, and the NVA were the official North Vietnamese Army that were fighting against the Americans and South Vietnamese.
From what I recall, the Tet Offensive was basically they attacked a city which they had never done before.
And it
scared the shit out of them.
They launched an invasion because Tet is a time, most notably for peace. So throughout the Vietnamese War, Tet, there have never been fighting because it was a time for peace. And so the Americans are very much like, okay, so no one's going to fight us now because it's Tet, right? But then there was a massive invasion on all fronts and it took them by surprise.
Yeah. Granted, they were put down quickly.
Yeah, relatively. But it was hard.
Yeah.
Hardest fighting in the Vietnamese War.
And that's the example here. But that's the equivalent into America. And no one would have ever thought the heartline of America could have ever been touched.
Yeah.
Because mainly during the Second World War, the heartline of America there, other than Pearl Harbor, was completely unscathed. Because obviously Britain went down through bombings and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, the Blitz. And interestingly enough, the Americans in World War II, they were all... Their industry was absolutely incredible. It really was. And so they were, we had Sherman tanks, which American built. Even the Russians had Sherman tanks. And so the Americans, they thought, okay, so we're going to sort of have these Sherman tanks, build all these tanks. So if we need to go into the war, we're already geared up. We don't have to move loads of stuff.
Rob, you remember how bad the history episode did?
Yeah.
Conspiracy.
All right, conspiracy. Okay, so they've done 9/11.
That's their reasoning behind it. False flag.
Yeah.
Bollocks.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty fucking bollocks, isn't it?
The thing is, the reason I find that so thing is, the American government couldn't even keep secret that Bill Clinton got a blowjob.
Yeah.
And you think they were able to mastermind an attack of that magnitude?
And also keep it secret.
Exactly. That's my problem with the moon landing. Oh, they were able to swear everyone to secrecy. Or do you think they murdered an entire film crew?
Mate, did you know? Here is a fun fact. Right, so here's the thing. They wanted to fake the moon landing, right? But they wanted to make it look so good that they actually sent the astronauts to the moon.
Oh, God. So they faked the moon landing on the moon.
Yeah, because they wanted to shoot on location, mate.
Oh, for Christ's sake. What's the thing there? They got Kubrick.
Yeah, apparently it was Kubrick.
Oh, fucking hell, I love that. Oh, yes. And all these people's like, no, the flag and all that. Do you really think that if they were going to fake it, they wouldn't have the most insane attention to detail? But no, you Johnny Fuckface on YouTube, you caught them out with the science. Do you know how many advanced scientists and physicists and experts of astronomy they have? But no, you caught them out because you know science, you fucking idiots.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, you guys faked the moon landing, but it's okay, the Russians sent a fucking dog to space.
There's the point. Do you think if America had actually faked the moon landing, every other country in the world wouldn't have called them out on it?
Yeah, especially Russia. Actually, no, not Russia, because they were the first one to go to space.
Yeah, that's what scared them to make them go to the moon, because of the space race and the arms race and all that. It's obviously the Cold War. But that's the thing. No, every other country's not going to be like, well, it looks a bit dodgy, but okay. Everyone is more than happy to make America look stupid. I promise you, there is no way, unless it was airtight, and you're claiming that the flag...
Well, it would have to be. They're in space.
But every video talks about how the light doesn't work, the gravity's not work, there's apparently wind.
What? Gravity doesn't work in space?
It's the
what?
It's the idea
Dylan,
that
say it ain't so.
all these factors that apparently all the scientists that masterminded this didn't take into account. Reminds me of Jurassic Park, all the scientists that had no idea. Oh, they'll change gender, will they?
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. We're not saying that Kubrick is a bad filmmaker.
Oh,
we just think that he had, better films to make.
Like The Shining.
Yeah.
Eyes
Full
Wide
Metal
Shut.
Jacket.
Full Metal Jacket. You ever seen Eyes Wide Shut?
No.
It's a weird one. It's about a sex cult.
Nice. I should probably watch that.
It is quite good.
All right. So we've done 9/11. No, we didn't.
We're more comparing once again 9/11. If that was any way false, every country would have just called them out.
Yeah, it would have done.
Said, "You bastards! You attacked your own people." If I take into an account the idea that America is not the mastermind, is not the fucking Skeletor of the entire world, and is able to mastermind
Depends
everything.
what side. I mean, I'm looking at Russia.
Once again, they weren't able to hide the fact that Clinton got a blowjob. They weren't able to stop a bullet going into fucking JFK's skull.
And neck.
Actually, isn't that another conspiracy? That the CIA supposedly did that because Kennedy didn't cause war in the Cuban Missile Crisis.
We're going to get onto that, as well as MK Ultra, which actually is a proven conspiracy theory that stuff did happen.
Ooh.
Which is interesting. So,
go on, we got time.
Let's talk. Well, I think this one's going to be a little bit longer than a regular hour because I've got other stuff to say. So,
okay.
MK Ultra, for those of you who don't know what it means, long story short, in a very broad stroke, context, mind control is what it was. The Americans...
Was this like hypnotism or legitimate mind control?
Well, it was supposedly... A lot of it was to do with like LSD and drugs, trying to drug people in order to control their minds. This happened during the Cold War. It was completely nuts.
Was this used as like an interrogation thing? Or?
Well, it was used in interrogation originally because they, this idea of, potentially like a quote unquote truth serum.
Oh, what was it? Sodium pentothal
or something like that. To make, people sort of talk about things they wouldn't normally talk about. But then they thought, okay, so if we can make people say what they wouldn't normally say, maybe we can potentially make people do what they wouldn't normally do. And they tried it out. It went terribly wrong because, funnily enough, the human mind is actually incredibly more complex than just giving people drugs. And there's a story that they had tests, right, where they would give people LSD, see what they would do. Now, this was okay because the people knew that they were being given LSD and they kind of went nuts. And they thought, okay, but these people know that they're being given LSD. So what happens if we give people LSD that don't know that they're being given LSD? So they never told anyone. Yeah, basically, spiking people. So they never told anyone, like, who they were spiking. So
there was a regular group and a control group?
Well, there was, but here's the thing. No one knew who was spiking who, and so everyone kind of ended up spiking everybody else and each other. So it's like, oh, I'm going to put some LSD in your coffee. Oh, I'm going to put some LSD in this person's. And then it just went completely terribly wrong. And there was this whole conspiracy saying, oh yeah, they're experimenting mind control. But it came out like relatively recently that actually, they genuinely were trying to do that. And it sounds crazy to us now, but it was a real thing. MK Ultra was that was what it was called, and it was during the Cold War because they were potentially trying to say like, okay, so maybe if we could get like someone to kill somebody, but then afterwards, if they get captured, they just don't know that they did it, or something like that. So they have
like the whole sleeper agent.
Yeah, so they'd have like deniability and stuff like that.
The Russian sleeper agents. For those of you who haven't seen the Family Guy episode about that, go watch it. It's so good.
It's good, yeah.
Right then, I want to go on some more fluffier ones for. Obviously, we touched a little bit upon Roswell, the idea of Area 51 and all that earlier.
Aliens.
Let's get this out put our balls on the table. Rob, do you think there's anything there?
Not aliens, no.
No,
I think there's definitely military technology because funnily enough, it is a military base. There's military technology that, believe it or not, military technology, especially the cutting edge stuff.
Arizona, is it? Arizona
Yeah,
does
it
it?
is. Yeah.
Which, again, they've tested nukes, so I imagine there's a lot of experimental stuff
Yeah, and
there.
it's in the middle of nowhere, and they do need to keep, their cutting edge new military technology secret from, people that might want to use it or copy it.
If memory serves, obviously every country has their airspace, but if you go into the Area 51 airspace, that is incredible. You need top clearance.
Or
for
even
that.
near the wire.
Yeah.
Because it's a military base. You can't just waltz into a military base.
But it's not your average military space. Obviously, you have clearance, but if memory serves, Area 51 clearance is top clearance.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're the American military and you're trying out, new gear and stuff, you don't want some idiot taking a photo of your brand new, stealth bomber and then posting it on fucking Facebook, do you?
That is apparently a really big problem in the military social media.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah. Like people on submarines taking selfies and shit.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, I get that being on a submarine, must be incredibly, sort of.
My own father can agree there.
Yeah.
I will give absolutely away zero details, but my father was a submariner who would spend months at a time on a submarine.
Yeah, and in a cramped space like that, humans aren't supposed to live that way. It takes a special kind of person to do that sort of stuff.
And that's something about humans, they can be conditioned.
Yeah.
So they can adapt to anything.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how you control their brains, man.
But we can both agree, odds are, nothing supernatural... No, sorry, not supernatural. Anything... what's the term? Extraterrestrial. Nothing extraterrestrial in Area 51. Now, Rob, is the world flat?
No, it is not. But...
What?
No, it's not. But it is...
Pear-shaped.
A donut shape, actually. It's a donut shape. Because, do you know why?
Why?
Because it is true when people say that the Earth revolves around the sun. The sun is in the donut hole.
Wouldn't that just burn Australia alive?
No.
Oh wait, that's already happening.
I don't know if it's happening anymore.
Australia, are you put out yet? Can you... How you did that? Can you send that to Florida? No, California? Who's on fire in America?
On fire,
California.
Yeah.
Give them a bucket.
I think a lot of America's on fire at the moment, to be fair. But
yeah, but not just literally.
Yeah.
Oh
no!
So the world's a donut.
Yeah, the world is a donut. It's not flat. It's a donut. Get woke.
Let's talk a little bit about the flat Earth theory. Obviously, for some reason, misinformation has plagued... Let's talk about the cause of it. Misinformation has plagued social media for so many years now. People have actually been able to convince other people that the world is in fact like it was back in the 1600s and it is flat like a coin instead of a sphere. Obviously, every other planet that we see by telescope is different to the Earth. The Earth is a coin. All the other planets in our solar system are obviously spheres, as we've seen through telescopes. The Earth itself is a coin, though. Otherwise, every other planet we would have seen would have just been on its side.
Yeah, exactly. And everyone would have fallen off. Because if the Earth was on its side, it would have fallen off.
Well, yeah, because God's a cat, and he obviously would have just knocked everything off the side of it.
Is that a conspiracy theory? That
I
God's
could believe God is a cat. That's why he doesn't give a shit about us. Because cats hate...
Do you think that was it? Like you saw 2019, it was just like, you know what? 2020 is going to be the year to fuck it up.
Do you think that's why the ancient Egyptians worship cats? They figured it out.
I just don't want to piss him off. Yeah, that might be it. That's a conspiracy theory that we're going to start.
Oh, we're going to start many here, but yeah, flat Earth.
Flat Earth. I mean, it's more of a meme now, really, isn't it?
I think it's because it was so laughed at, but that's what I find interesting, and believe it or not, I find this synonymous with Donald Trump. When you laugh at people for their idea, what do they admit they were wrong and say, yeah, you're right, I'm an idiot? No, double down.
People double down.
They double down. So obviously, everyone that voted for Trump, like with Flat Earth, I think the world's flat sort of thing. Everyone laughed at everyone ridiculed them, and then when Trump turned out to be bad, just as the Flat Earth turned out to have no science, people went, no, wait, and they went all in.
And it's also like the people that voted for Hillary, they were like, no, Hillary's not a terrible person. It's like, well, she actually is.
I'd be willing to bet if...
both sides doubled down on their stupidity.
if somehow we were able to make it so that everyone said, flat earthers, admit you're wrong, we'll say nothing more about it, we promise, everyone would then come out. I mean, if everyone could avoid ridicule to appease their ego, people would come off it.
I don't think so. That's not how people... I think, like, if someone said, just admit you're wrong to a person, they would never admit they're wrong.
But that's the thing. There's no more fallout. It's never brought up again. No one's going to say, ha ha, I was right, you were wrong.
That's not how people work. People
that's
would bring it up all the time.
We have to make it so that we just let it slide. You've admitted you're wrong. The world's not flat. Moving on.
Yeah, but you couldn't though.
No, people are vain assholes.
People would bring up constantly that they admitted that they were wrong.
Which is why people will keep voting for Trump. Because no one will ever let it go that they did it once.
It's why Americans keep voting for, I guess, Biden and Trump. I don't know. Well, we'll see in 2020. Either way, it's going to be a shit show.
Isn't that election in a few months?
No, it's like a few weeks.
Fuck.
Can't wait to see it.
Doesn't affect us.
Can't wait.
We have our own circus.
Can't wait to see it.
We're almost at the end. Rob, do you have a final conspiracy?
Yeah, I do. And we're not all about jokes on this thing.
This is a very serious podcast.
Yeah. I think we should switch it up at some point. And there is a conspiracy that I feel that we should address.
Ooh.
And I want to talk about, because it's really something that I think a lot of conspiracy theorists, especially the conspiracies about how, where people died and things like 9/11 and things, it's quite disrespectful. And this is going to be a serious part, I'm not joking here, is about the Holocaust deniers.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. There are people out there, believe it or not, that say that the Holocaust never happened.
I want to quickly point out that there are a lot of sovereign countries that actually find doing that a criminal offence.
Yeah.
Which I think is entirely justified.
Doing a Holocaust?
No, locking up people that deny it.
Well, in a way, I think there is freedom of speech, but you can say what you want. However, you do not have the right to be listened to.
I'd say there's freedom of speech, but there isn't freedom from consequence of
speech.
No,
exactly. That's the whole point of freedom of speech. You can say what you want, but also people can say whatever they want about it.
People can punch you for what you say.
Yeah, but I don't think you should be locked up for saying stuff. Anyway, there are people out there that believe the Holocaust did not exist. These people are idiots. I want to fundamentally say that first.
Can I ask, who do they think perpetrated this?
Well, they believe that it was this conspiracy to make necessarily like the Nazis look,
bad, because they weren't already looking bad.
As they were.
Wasn't that the whole point, that Eisenhower had deliberately said take as much documentation as possible?
There were,
because people will deny it.
Lots of generals said take photos of everything because people will not believe that humanity can be so evil. But there are
a lot of Germans in the surrounding areas supposedly brought and seen what was happening, and they themselves were shocked?
Yeah, no, they were.
No one had any idea this was supposedly happening.
Absolutely were. And this is one of the things where conspiracy theories, you can laugh at people being dumb, and you can laugh, about, sort of flat earth and stuff like that. But there are some real conspiracy theorists out there that really are quite heinous and ignorant. And I feel that we should say this. There's not really another place in, I can't imagine in another podcast why we would say this, but fundamentally, humans can be evil and humans can do absolutely terrible things to each other. And those that don't believe that, they really, first of all, are completely disrespecting those that were murdered in the gas chambers and things like that. And
if I can say, I think the reason because of this is you and I are we talk about we were absolute idiots, but we are fairly educated, despite the fact we did a podcast about history, and me and Rob know history, so we know people like Vlad the Impaler, the Ayatollah, like people that have committed horrific atrocities.
Yeah.
Hence why we are willing to believe that of course this happened.
Yeah.
But so many people, there is an anti-intellectualism that causes people to dismiss education in a way that this becomes a result.
Yeah. And we've both been to Auschwitz and Birkenau.
Yes, we have.
We've both been to those places, and
it's hollowing.
It's real. It's really real. And I know this might have taken a little bit of a solemn turn, but I just want to say there are people out there that I get that you're allowed to say what you want. However, you do not have to be listened to, and nor will I listen to you. You do not have the right to be listened to. You have the right to say what you want, but you do not have the right to be listened to, and you should not be listened to by anyone of any sort of moral upstanding. You are morally repugnant, and that is the last I'm going to say about this.
Sometimes conspiracy theories do have their place in taking a stand against certain government authoritarianism. However, there is a line. There isn't a line in comedy, we agree, but there is a line in human decency. And when you cross that line under the justification that you are morally right in the idea that you are perpetuating lies and false misinformation on a live worldwide media sensation, you are a piece of scum.
But we've said that, and that's what we're going to finish on. However, we're not going to quite end it on there. I feel we should end on a little bit of a high note. Dylan,
Yes.
do you think that the royal family are lizards?
Lizard people, of course. Not
Really?
just the royal
Really?
family, yeah.
Oh, really?
Rob, about 80% of the population are lizard people. Have you not seen that film with the guy with the sunglasses? He was there to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And he was all out of bubblegum. What was that film called? It was like, They Are Us or something like that. We Are Them. It was like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. The idea of sunglasses reveals all of the people that aren't people.
I disagree that everyone's a lizard. I don't think the Queen's a lizard. But she is immortal.
I don't know. The Queen has been...
She's a god.
We
are very British.
The Queen has been through she's been through, like, what? Fucking 10 presidents. You have to
She went through the dinosaur age.
She's been through the First World War, the Second World War, the Korean War, the Falklands War.
Longest reigning monarch, boy.
You have to be cold-blooded to get through all that. She's a lizard.
Oh. I mean, to think, if you're cold-blooded, England is probably the last place you want to be.
I like to think there are some radiators in Buckingham Palace.
I like to... or like a big...
Well,
like one of those big lizard lamps with a rock she can crawl off.
Well, at least the radiators that Charles isn't turning off secretly.
I mean, he might be a lizard. I don't think the Queen's a lizard. I think she's just immortal.
What, Philip's the lizard?
Oh, yeah.
The Lizard and the Immortal. Now, that is a fucking David... what is it? Terry Pratchett
No, that's
book.
a sick band name, is what that is. The Lizard and the Immortal.
I'd listen to that.
I'd listen to that.
I want to see what genre would you put that under?
Reggae.
I'm thinking for some reason bard metal.
Bardcore.
Bardcore.
Yeah.
The Lizard and the Immortal. Yeah. Bardcore.
Bardcore. Yeah, for sure. But the last conspiracy theory before we close this one out: are we real? Is this a simulation?
Oh, the Matrix! Yay! Obviously, we have to address the ultimate first problem, is the idea that the Matrix completely delusions every sense. So we can't trust what we touch, see, hear, say, or taste.
I mean, I know not trusting people that you can touch, for sure. I've learned that the hard way.
It's the idea that every single one of your senses is being manipulated. So there is absolutely no discernible way you can physically, in any medium, prove otherwise. Yeah. Unless you found some sort of glitch.
Yeah, in the Matrix. Have you ever had a glitch in the Matrix sort of experience?
Well, if we're going by Matrix logic, deja vu is apparently a glitch.
Yeah.
Because we've foreseen something of the program that has been forewritten or something.
Yeah.
No. I've had deja vu, but not in the way they portrayed. If we were all a simulation, and this was brought up in the Animatrix, for those of you who might not know what that is, the Animatrix was made in between Matrix Reloaded and Matrix Revolutions. It is completely animated, believe it or not, and it is a series of short stories detailing very fascinating concepts of the Matrix. And one of them is this battle where this person is arguing, well, if we can live our best life in the simulation and the real world is we're living in a cave doing a rave, we're better. Like Cypher, who betrayed Morpheus because he was like, oh, this blue pill, or was it the red pill, is shit. I want to go back in the Matrix. And I think there'd be a lot of people, if unplugged.
I can't remember.
Take the blue pill, you wake up in your bed, believe whatever you want to believe. Take the red pill.
Oh, yeah, because the red pill is like, oh, yeah, wake up, people, you're red pilled, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
a political thing now.
So, yeah, that's the idea, like the idea of what brings meaning to your life is basically the argument for whether or not the simulation is best for you or not.
I also find it very difficult to believe that someone could create something as perfect as Keanu Reeves. I think that's the biggest glitch in the Matrix for
That's
me.
why he was the one. He broke the Matrix with his awesomeness.
Exactly. And then he made a film about someone who killed his dog.
But that brings about the interesting idea, Rob. If you were woken up in the real world, all you get to live on is this little white paste of nutrients. Your only home is this cave world that's shit. There's no sky, it's all shit, and everything is shit. Wouldn't you want to go back in the Matrix?
Or kill myself.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, fuck yeah, I would. No contest.
Quality of life versus...
Because I can go into a world where Keanu Reeves and Brendan Fraser exist.
But would you want to remember that you're in the Matrix?
I drink to remember. I drink to forget, but I always remember. No, I think, do you know what?
Could you live in the Matrix knowing it was fake?
Yes, I could. Because I'd say it because I'd be like, I think I'd appreciate life more. Like, if I knew what my real life was, I'd be like, shit, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to appreciate the life I have here.
You could say that in the real world itself. Like, go to a third world country for a week and be like, holy shit, I got it good.
Yeah, but like, so, like, did you
I
guys...
am not comparing a third world country to the outside of the Matrix.
No, but like, if I was put into like... But if I was put into like a war zone, I'd be like, so did you guys just like not finish this one, or are you guys just fucking up? Like,
well, yeah,
fucking off. Like, what are you guys doing?
I imagine a lot of Iraqi children don't like to play Call of Duty.
Oh, really?
Like, well, that's the idea. Like, games involving war are less popular in a country that's closer to a war.
I think Call of Duty 4 was banned in like Saudi Arabia because it featured sort of Middle Eastern. Your enemy being Middle Eastern.
Well, yeah,
you were obviously, like a US Marine, like killing Middle Eastern soldiers.
Yeah, of course.
And I mean, I guess as sort of privileged Westerners, we don't really, I guess, care about. To be honest,
there's been plenty of media depicting like how we've been easily overtaken by like Nazism, like V for Vendetta.
Yeah. But, like, I guess a video game is kind of different, I suppose. Can you imagine a video game that was, like, American Revolution, where, like, the Brits are the bad guys? I'd still play that game.
I think that's how Americans see the American Revolution.
Or...
we were the bad guys in that.
Or have a game where you are, like...
wasn't
like
that, like, the third Assassin's Creed movie? Game?
Assassin's Creed 3?
Yeah, wasn't that about the British being evil, the Templars and all that?
Oh, yeah, no, it was, wasn't it?
Don't get me wrong, they mentioned how George Washington was an absolute asshole, but...
Founding father, bruh.
I've triggered so many patriots who've loved our material until now.
It's okay, guys. I mean, I was born in America.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Americans, I was born...
Dual citizenship?
I was born there. Yeah, man, I can work there and shit.
You could be president one day if you wanted.
I could be president of one day.
Holy shit.
Vote for me, guys. I'll make... it'll be amazing. It'll be amazing.
We have got to do a thing about Angus McHaggis running for president.
Or just me running as president. The policies won't be too different.
Can I be your Secretary of War?
Yeah, no, definitely.
No, Secretary of Defence. Yeah. They changed it, didn't they?
I mean, this is an old phrase, but I'm still going to say it. My presidency would be, I want a gay married couple to be able to defend their legal marijuana farm with a machine gun.
So you're going to be Tiger King?
Yes. I'm gonna be Tiger King. It's gonna be great.
Oh, fuck Carol Baskin.
Anyway, I'm not gonna fuck Carol.
Something about the Matrix.
Yeah, something about the Matrix. Anyway, no, but can you imagine if there was like a video game where like you are like oh man, that would be. Can you imagine if there was a video game where you're like an Afghan fighter, right? You're like an Afghan farmer, and your brother was killed by like one of us, right? you know,
I
or
like
whatever.
to
And then
point
you,
out
and
the
then
Americans were somewhat involved as well, not just us.
well, I say well, not like what,
Tony Blair,
but like
and
say it was like killed, but say like killed by a coalition soldier, and then you like want revenge and stuff like that. I reckon that could be quite a powerful game.
I don't know if it's going to sell well in a Western gaming market.
Maybe not. Well, I reckon
it might do well better as an indie game as opposed to a big blockbuster.
maybe, yeah. But it's like because that's the thing, isn't it? It's like you kill one Taliban fighter, then 3 more are going to join because guess what? Their family don't fucking like the fact that you
as long as you don't accidentally
family.
hold the RPG backwards and fire it back into the cave.
Oh, 4 lines, man.
I'm sorry. Another shout out to a really brave comedy.
Back when comedy was allowed.
Oh, that is so funny.
It was good. Riz Ahmed, again, he's in that film.
Good for him.
Yeah. Anyway, we were talking about glitches in the Matrix and shit. Have you ever had... So you said you've had deja vu. What was the last deja vu you had?
I want to quickly, sorry to sidestep you, but do you think walking into a room and forgetting why you went in there might be a Matrix glitch? The simulation was like when you go on Sims and you have them do an action and then you cancel that action and they walk in and they stand there.
I mean, I walk in. The thing is, when I do that, it's usually because I'm like a bit drunk, and so like I walk in a room and like, what the fuck was I doing again? The trick is though, always go to the toilet.
So is drinking a way of breaking the simulation?
Well, I mean, we'll.
If that was the case, everyone,
we'll find out.
All the Irish should be the one.
Yeah, they're the enlightened ones. The Illuminati. And, always go to the toilet though. If you walk into a room, you don't know what you do. Always go to the toilet because chances are you might need a piss, and then when you're on the toilet, you think of shit, don't you? So you'll think of shit from you, and then you're like, oh, that's what I was doing.
Am I the only man in the world that takes 5 minutes to go to the loo and then I'm done? In both scenarios?
You take 5 minutes to piss.
And
you probably should get that checked out, mate.
Okay, I was just saying that regardless of my need, I'm out of there pretty quickly. What's this idea of I hear in America?
Oh, no.
In American media, they're like on the toilet for like half an hour on their phone. Why does it take you half an hour to evacuate your bowels?
Well, if you got nothing going on, sometimes it's good to just sit there, have a nice shit, and fucking get.
That's a conspiracy. The American government is trying to keep the people on the toilet so that they're not thinking
because of the sewage companies, man.
No, it's all the alligators in the sewers. That's why. That's another thing, isn't it? That's why they're keeping them in the toilet to feed the alligators who are injected with that vine with the LSD you were talking about, so that they can influence people to vote for Trump and go to the moon, which was fate.
Well, Dylan, I'm going to see you in the gulag because I think you might have just hit the nail on the head there.
Oh, I hear the helicopters coming.
Oh, from Area 51.
The stealth ones.
Yeah, the stealth ones. Anyway, we are at about the 1 minute 15 mark.
Ooh, holy fucking nuggies.
We've rambled on quite a lot, as we like to do.
Well, we'll probably do a sequel to this in the future, because there are so many more. I want to get to the Slender Man one as well.
We're going to do creepy stories for sure.
Creepy stories, a lot more conspiracy theories that
creepy and ghost stories we're going to do for sure.
So if you have a question about our opinion on certain conspiracy theories, or if you want to tear apart some of what we said about conspiracy theories, comment down below. We want to hear what you think of our bullshit.
And if you got any questions, let us know. We will definitely answer them. 100%. Will you get the answers that you want? It is doubtful, but you will get an answer. And you'll get your name, your YouTube handle will get a shout out on the episode, which will immortalise you in the best way possible. Exactly. So we're definitely welcome to say, and this question came from Mr. Big Wang. Do you know, that's not even, that's semi-rooted in truth. Is that at school we had to, give emails, and one of the, fucking kids gave his emails Mr. Big Wang. I still used one of my oldest emails on, an old account, and I think it was called something like Goth Samurai at Yahoo. I've only ever had one, which is literally, it's like my name. At hotmail.co.uk. Because, believe it or not, my parents were response, they were like, look, so chances are in the future, you're going to have to message people, email people professionally. So you've got to have something that's not dumb.
Yeah, I had to do that when I first entered job placement sort of things, and I couldn't use my teenage angst email, so I set it up with a different provider.
I didn't have one. Mine's always been the same.
Anyway, we're at the end now, guys, so thank you so much for listening. Comment down below, give us a like and all that jazz.
Yeah, exactly. Stay young, stay gold,
stay supple,
and until next time, you've been listening to
Laughing on a Prayer.